Alabama's Secretary of State John Merrill told CNN Wednesday morning that Judge Moore is not the victor in this campaign, yet the Republican who lost a U.S. Senate seat to Democrat Doug Jones has yet to concede. Moore told supporters and reporters at his election night party that when the vote is this close it is not over, instructing those gathered in the Montgomery, Alabama venue to go home and sleep on it. If Moore continues to refuse to surrender, the election could stretch out for weeks as he can't request a recount until after the results are certified. The Secretary of State said, and certification won't happen until between December 26 and January 3, Merrill said. Well, I'm sure that's relevant to them, and I'm sure it's relevant to others, but I don't think it's relevant to Doug Jones today, Merrill said of Moore's lack of a concession speech. It's also customary for a losing candidate to give the winning candidate a call, as Democrat Hillary Clinton did the night she lost the presidential election to Republican Donald Trump. I think that's something that will get additional attention as time continues to move forward, Merrill said. If Moore continues to linger in the race, an automatic recount would be triggered if there was less than 0.5% between the vote totals. At current counting, there's 1.5% separating Jones and Moore. Well, Chris, the numbers we saw last night showed 1.5%, not less than half of 1%, so there's a significant difference in those numbers right now, but time will tell as the numbers continue to come in, Merrill said. Military and provisional ballots will need to be counted, and the writing ballots will need to be looked at as well, Merrill said. I know a lot of people would say it's not over until it's over, but the margin of victory for Doug Jones at this particular time looks like a very difficult amount of votes to overcome, as the remaining votes that are out there to be counted next week begin to be considered at the local level. The Secretary of State also said. The candidate, of course, could also pay for a recount, Merrill suggested, though election experts are questioning if that's a plausible path for Moore as he was running for federal office. Writing for his election law blog, Rick Hasen pointed out that the two sections of the law that allows candidates to pursue what Merrill called an on-demand recount don't mention the U.S. Senate as an office, where the statute applies. Under one section of the law, those that can pursue a recount include candidates for governor, secretary of state, auditor, treasurer, attorney general, commissioner of agriculture and industries, public service commissioner, senator or representative in the legislature, justices of the Supreme Court, judges of the courts of appeals, judge of the circuit court or district court, or any office which is filled by the vote of a single county, or to the office of constable. The other section of the law mentions any person declared to be elected to the office of senator or representative in the legislature, judge of the circuit court or district court, any office which is filled by the vote of a single county, or constable. Moore is not those, Hasen noted. Roy Moore won't concede, says we'll wait on God to speak. God wasn't registered to vote in Al, but the PPL who voted did speak and it wasn't close enough for recount, the former Arkansas governor wrote Wednesday morning on Twitter. In elections everyone does not get a trophy. I know firsthand, but it's best to exit with class, Huckabee said. An email from dailymail.com to Moore's spokeswoman inquiring on his future plans went unreturned. CNN reported Wednesday that Sen. Luther Strange, the Alabama Republican who was appointed by the state's governor to fill the seat vacated by Attorney General Jeff Sessions, who then lost to Moore in a runoff GOP primary, called Democrat Jones and offered to help him with the transition, despite Moore's refusal to concede. For his part, President Trump didn't criticize Moore for his election night antics, though dubbed him a loser in a morning tweet. The reason I originally endorsed Luther Strange, and his numbers went up mighty, is that I said Roy Moore will not be able to win the general election, Trump said in an early morning tweet. I was right. Roy worked hard, but the deck was stacked against him. He also tweeted about the importance of choosing the correct candidates. If last night's election proved anything, it proved that we need to put up great Republican candidates to increase the razor-thin margins in both the House and Senate, Trump said.